Hello class, we are taking some video notes today on writing quadratic equations. First of all, here's our vertex form, here's our factored form, and here's our standard form. So our first question, write the equation of a quadratic function with roots, there's your clue, at 4 and -1. With f of 0 equals 8. Okay, so which form are we going to use? Because it says write the equation. Well, here's your big clue right here, roots. So obviously we're going to use factor form. So let's go ahead and start off by plugging in the roots. So we're going to have x minus 4. So 4 goes in for r sub 1. And then -1 goes in for r sub 2. So x minus -1. Okay? Now, what we need to do now is we need to find out what a is. That's our goal here. We need to find out what a is. So we're going to go ahead and plug in the point that they gave us here in for x and y. Remember, this represents x, and the answer represents y. If you'll recall from moving the monster, f of x equals y. So we're going to plug 0 in for x. A minus and a negative make a plus. Bring down the a. And we're going to plug in 8 in for y. So we're substituting in x and y. Everywhere we see an x, we plug in a 0. And everywhere we see a y, we plug in an 8. Okay, so 8 equals a times, so that's going to be -4, that's going to be 1. So we get 8 equals -4 times 1 is -4a. Divide by both sides by -4. We get a equals -2. Okay, now that we found the a value, we can write the equation. Here we go. Y equals -2 x minus 4 x minus -1, which is x plus 1. And there's your answer. Take a look at number 2. It says, write the equation of a quadratic function with a double root at 4. Okay, with f of -1 is equal to 5. Well, we have a double root of 4, which means that we have two roots. Double means 2. We have two roots, but they're the same. So when you plug them into the form, r1 and r2 are both going to be 4. Okay, so again, we have y, which is 5, equals a times x, plug in the 4, x minus 4 times x minus 4. Okay, so I plugged in the y for you. I've done most everything for you. So follow the same steps in the problem before, find out what a equals, and then give me the equation that represents this quadratic function. Okay, I'm going to be looking for this equation on the video notes quiz tomorrow. Can you do it? I hope so. Alright, number 3. Alright, it says write the equation of the quadratic pictured below in root form. So root form, remember up here they use the word root form and we use the word factored form. So we're going to use factored form here. Factored form. Okay, so we're looking at a picture here. Where are the roots? Remember, the roots are located where the parabola crosses the x-axis. Here's our x-axis. So what's one of the roots? One of the roots is 1. The other root is 3. Okay? Now, we're writing the equation. So we're going to have negative 12 goes in for y equals a times x, which is 0, minus the root times x, which is 0, minus the root. Okay, so we get negative 12 equals a times negative 1 times negative 3. So we get 3a equals negative 12. So a equals negative 4. Now we can write the equation y equals a times the quantity x minus the root. Root sub 1 is 1. X minus the root. Root sub 2 is 3. And there you go. There is your equation, which is what I'm looking for, similar to that in question number 2. Take a look at number 4. All right, we want to write the equation of the quadratic function with a vertex. That's our clue. So remember, this is h, this is k. Again, we're given y and x. So vertex form. Look at the front of your paper if you can't remember. Let's plug in the information that we're given. Y, negative 13. A, don't know. X, negative 4. Minus h, which is 3. Plus k, which is 1. So this is a substitution property. When you substitute in a number in for a letter, you're substituting. Okay, we just need to solve this for a. So remember, order of operations, parentheses first. Negative 4 minus 3, negative 7, square it, plus 1. So we did parentheses first, PEMDAS. Okay, next, exponent. So we have negative 7 squared, 49. Negative 7 times negative 7. All right, so now we solve. So we're done simplifying. So we're done using PEMDAS. Okay, subtract 1 from both sides. So we got negative 14 equals 49a. Switch those around. Divide by 49. So a equals, let's simplify this. I know that 7 goes into both of these evenly. So let's try see if 7 will get us a simplified answer. So that's going to be negative 2 on the top. 7 goes into 49 7 times. Okay, now I have my a value. Let's write it vertex form. So y equals a, which is negative 2/7, times x minus h, which is 3, plus 1. So, on your video quiz tomorrow, I'm going to ask you for the transformations. How many are there? How many are there? How many are there? Whoops, let's spell there right. There are 4. Bonus. Can you name them? Can you name them? That will be bonus. If you can name them all correctly, you get some bonus points. All right, I'm going to leave number 5 for you to practice. Look at number 6. We want an equation in vertex form So what information are we going to get off of the picture? Well, the vertex, of course. The vertex, which is at -1, -2, -1, -2. And it is a quiz question. This vertex is a minimum. Quiz question. Quiz question. All right, I'll get you started on this one. Vertex form. Plugging in the y. Don't know the a for sure, although it looks like it's going to be over 1 up 1, but on this side it looks like it's going to be over 1 up a little bit less than 1, right? A little bit less than 1. X is 0. H is -2. K is -2. 0 plus 2 is 2. 2 squared is 4. Add 2 on both sides. We get 4a equals 3. Look at there. A is 3/4. A is 3/4. Quiz question. What is that equation? Now that we know A and we have H and K, what is the equation? Have a good night. See you tomorrow.